So Big City Butterflies is a butterfly conservation project that's basically based around getting people in London really interested in their local green spaces and in conserving all the butterfly and moth species that we have in London. So it's a sort of community engagement project and a conservation project at the same time.
We have three main project activity areas that we're working on. So we've got recording and monitoring, habitat management and engagement.
So we have just walked around the lovely Wormwood Scrubs, which is a 76.8 hectare open space, one of the largest green spaces in central London and home to around 23 out of the 59 species of butterfly seen in the UK. Every week we go on a transect survey where we follow the same set route around the site. We typically get anywhere from 5 to 10 volunteers coming with us, and these are people that have now been doing the surveys with me for the past 2.5 years. So very well trained, very amazing at spotting butterflies.
We deliver identification and recording training workshops and looking to establish more recording and monitoring schemes across inner London. So we've managed to achieve over 50 new recording and monitoring schemes over the life of the project. And so that really will bring in lots more data so we can better understand how butterflies and moths are faring. And that's also recruited a lot more volunteers and engaged with a wide variety of people to help with different recording and monitoring schemes.
Today we went on a butterfly walk around the Walthamstow wetlands. I brought two of my nieces because I thought it'd be really fun for them to kind of walk in the kind of wetland areas and see butterflies. It's something that they're really interested in. Oh, they absolutely loved it. They had little butterfly wings that they were running around in. And I think what they really enjoyed again is knowing what butterflies they were looking for. They were able to spot it on the chart.
In lots of different reports we found that there's been a decline of butterflies by around 80%. So the work that they're doing is incredible in teaching children, young people and families about ways that we can protect these incredible species. Conservation is the second least diverse sector in the UK. So it's really important to try and get a whole range of communities involved in learning more about different species. Most of the people that came today have never been on a butterfly walk before. So to be able to see that was a really nice moment to be able to share with so many people from my community.
So one really easy method for doing butterfly surveys is using the iRecord Butterflies app. That is an identification guide on your phone with lots of different photos on there and ID tips, and also has a really helpful recording feature. You can record the different butterflies that you see in the app and the number that you see and submit those records. That is shared with both regional and national databases. Working with different councils and community groups, we've improved over 50 different habitats across the project area, and that's helped to enhance existing habitats and create new habitats, and in the longer term we hope to see that reflected in more butterflies and moths in the area.
For us it gives sort of value to what we do. So if people come and say, oh, you need to cut the grass and chop that hedge down. So, if you leave a patch of nettles, we can actually tell people why there are nettles there and what value they have and why they're not being removed.
So in London, I'm really optimistic that we can really make a change. And this place has been transformed. The people here now are growing vegetables. There's a pond there for the wildlife. It's just fabulous, and just before it was just plain grass. I mean, what's not to like? What people don't realise is that butterflies are there all the year round. So we think of butterflies as the flying insect in the summer, but actually that butterfly has got to live as an egg, a caterpillar and then a chrysalis all through the year. And so what we need to make sure is there's space for those young stages, particularly the caterpillars and the chrysalis, over the winter months. A lot of butterflies spend the winter months as a caterpillar, so they need space to do that. And if you don't make space for the caterpillars and give the caterpillars the food they need during the summer, you won't see any butterflies.
Big City Butterflies has been absolutely great in coming in. They did a survey of the site. It was quite a learning experience for a lot of us, talking about the kind of species we should introduce that would actually help boost butterflies in the space. So that was a mixture of creating new blocks of shrubbery, which would be native butterfly shelters, along with planting oak trees and various species of blight-resistant elm. We planted 3 different species of blight-resistant elm, or 3 varieties of blight-resistant elm, which means we've now got quite a robust population of that really important habitat tree. But also it's really given us a focus as a community group to come together and actually work on a project that feels intentional. You know, it's not just random tree planting, it's actually for a specific purpose to specifically boost habitat.
What we are doing is building a 4-kilometre pollinator corridor linking 4 parks through 3 social housing estates. It's a 500-metre meadow strip going all the way from the top of the park down to the bottom of the park alongside this cycle superhighway here. Hackney Council rotivated the meadow strip and Steve sourced the seeds, came along and led a seed sowing session with local primary schools and a forest school and the park user group and members of the community.
So we've been working with Big City Butterflies now for the last sort of 2.5, coming up to 3 years probably, and we started working together to create the Greenway Pollinator Trail to really understand how to get the projects right. We have engaged a garden designer through Big City Butterflies this year in order to really design such a beautiful space that complements the meadows and really sort of involves the community and also provides that education around why these spaces are important and how they can be created and replicated in other areas.
So over the life of the project, we're now up to around 30,000 square metres of new meadows created or enhanced, which is quite a significant area.
We do lots of different engagement activities. So anything from school workshops to community art sessions, to butterfly walks and talks, and like we've been doing today, some community gardening as well. So basically just offering as many different opportunities as we can and working with lots of partner organisations to do this.
And often co-creating different community engagement events, for example using arts and crafts and things like butterfly sculptures, working with different groups to reach much wider audiences and more diverse audiences.
We've just been getting people from the local community in to do loads of activities. We've been having kids doing loads of butterfly mask making, and we've also been having a chat to people about some of the moths and butterflies that you can find in London. I've done some school workshops and stuff as well, and it's just really nice seeing the kids get excited about the different ones they see. Sometimes they're very, I've seen one of those.
Kind of one of the big things that I do that I absolutely love is community arts workshops. So they are different every year, and we've been working with different community groups every year. And this year we've worked with Roots and Shoots, which is a community garden, but also a project called the Grounding Project, which works with local refugees and asylum seekers.
And it's been going on over a number of months, and really we've been covering lots of different aspects, starting with learning about butterflies, where they live, also thinking about migration of butterflies, which fits in as a theme with our clients. It's going to be really amazing for our clients to be able to go and see the sculpture and, you know, sort of real sense of achievement that, you know, people have, you know, created this sculpture, and there's something lovely about bringing all these elements together as well.
You think that London is quite a metropolitan area, but there's actually lots of animal, wildlife, insect, plant life. Get out there and enjoy and explore nature and learn about what's on our doorstep in London.
If people don't see butterflies, they won't care about butterflies, and if they don't care about butterflies, they won't save butterflies.
I think it's really important for local communities to engage in this type of conservation, because it seems like if you're not in the field or if you're not kind of conservationist by background, there's nothing you can do. But having walks with local people makes you understand that we all have our part to play.
I think a lot of people feel quite helpless, and a lot of young people have a lot of eco-anxiety at the moment. But there are things that you can do, and I think even just doing small things makes you feel a bit better.